Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. Last time we made ourselves into Sorceress Sundries, we found out that there was the book Gale needs stored in the vaults underneath. And with some minor sneaking, we managed to get our whole party down here into the vaults. It is considered a dangerous location that we can't teleport out of, but we haven't actually taken any farther steps to see what's in here. We've got a door leading forward quite a bit in this room, and what appears, at least to my somewhat trained eye, as a fake wall. So let's look around this opening room before we press farther on and see where this takes us.
Don't waste a step.
Madam, it is no secret that yours is the finest collection of records within our fair city. This scroll brings you a query I believe only you can resolve. It has been a long-held bit of lore within my family that we are descendants of Lariel Silverhand through my mother's line. Though no existing genealogy can confirm our claim, would you be so kind as to investigate the matter? It would mean a great deal to my grandmother Haverfoss, who is poorly at the minute. The family name is Graydell. Hopefully yours, Amber Lehman. Scroll of planar binding, gladly will take. Miklar's Ledger. Scroll 12, Quills 24, Books Various 60, Books Rare 4. Are those the 4 books that she told us about? Herbs Various 40, Spells Various 10, Parchment 20, Hats 4, Robes 4, Rings 14, Wands 2, Staves 1. We are almost certainly going to rob this place blind. And I'm going to keep sneaking because I don't know what to expect. And even though our party is not good at sneaking, it still feels like a thing.
That might be worth a look.
Speaking of secret doors, we found a button. Still feels like sneaking is the thing to do while we're down here, just in case we're caught. Or someone else is down here that might catch us. Take the random ingredients, of course. Material sorting.
Storage and sorting of scrollwork, parchment, and tomes.
Okay. More gold. Do we go through the obvious front door, or do we head down the secret passage? I'm going to go through the front door. Oh, it's saving. That may not have been the right choice. Huh. Couple of locked chests to the side. Because I could definitely see them having a trap where you have the secret true direction to get to what you're looking for, and then an obvious false direction full of traps for the unsuspecting robbers. Like, that would not surprise me at all.
No entry to vaults. Trespassers will be disintegrated. Master Leroican.
Okay. That's
Now what?
That's definitely a statement. You jump over here for me. Thank you, friend. Oh, we can just walk on that. Alright.
Quietly.
Do I want to tangle with the disintegration room? Not particularly. Couple more scrolls. Circle of Death, I Bite. Those are some high-level scrolls. And open that one for me as well. Because we could go back and try the secret door. Or the secret wall instead. Rolled a 10 both times. I wonder if that's the you can't roll lower than a 10. And so it just shows it as a 10. I don't know. Because we could go here first. But I'm worried they might be telling the truth about the disintegrations. Let's separate you off.
What now?
We'll take the rest of us back here.
I was trying to concentrate.
And send you forward by yourself. The door is labeled Rasmuth? Or Ramazith? Odd.
Easy.
DC 15, not a problem. Basically, I'm sending him forward. If he triggers something and gets killed, we can always resurrect him.
Oh dear. Someone's left a trap out for us.
Okay. We've got a gas pit, marble plate, another marble plate. Chances are, if that is a trap, these are traps as well, and he just didn't make all of his perceptions. Well, no, it says he succeeded at 4 perceptions. So, one would think if there were other traps, it would show that he failed, right?
Traps. How considerate.
Okay, what was the next thing you spotted? Okay, one over there. And there. Please disarm all the traps for me.
How considerate.
Another one there. Yeah, we're just going to send him forward to disable all the traps for us, assuming he spots them all. Disarm you. Because we already know they probably cast Disintegrate. And as fun as disintegrating my party sounds, I'm going to try to avoid that. Nope. Go disable you first. Almost just walked across that trap to get to the other one. And that would have been bad. I kind of wish we could speed this up since he guaranteed can't roll lower. I mean, I guess I can click and it speeds it up a little bit faster, but if it's guaranteed we can't fail this, even with a nat 1, there, just go faster.
My. A vault like this must be hiding something valuable.
Huh. Did that say he failed the Arcana? Yeah, failed an Arcana check. So we don't know what it was. Alright, is that all traps dealt with? I think so. So that door is labeled Silverhand, Elminster, and Karsus. Karsus is the guy we're looking for his book, yes? From the
Out of sight, out of
Netherese. Let's take everyone else in here.
my step.
I don't know that stealthing is necessary, but we're still doing it. We should hopefully get Arcana checks from everyone else. No?
Named after wizards. There's Ramazith, Elminster, Silverhand, and Karsus. The Annals must be behind his door.
Okay. So Ramazith was the starting door, which apparently is a wizard of note. Alright, Astarion, open this door for me. Lockpicking impossible. Can you just open it? Did we find... We found some keys. No. And he literally can't even try to pick the lock. We could use
Stay low.
Silverhand. You're impossible. So I guess let's go through Silverhand as our only option.
A trap. Someone doesn't like visitors.
Okay. That teleported you to a new location. Very interesting. Well, disarm all the traps, please. We're probably going to need to teleport Gale in here to get our check solved. And I would rather not accidentally... Oh, I didn't even realize we had a trap here. It's disappointing that traps don't highlight with the highlight key. I don't know. Because, like, I'm hitting Alt, which is our highlight key, and it's not highlighting them, so it's possible I'm missing some that he has spotted, but I just didn't notice. I'm gonna hope not. And he didn't get a check for Arcana. So we've got Illusion, Abjuration, Transmutation, and Evocation. So 4 of the several schools. And you're not getting any Arcana check? No. Alright, you hang tight. Gale, I need you to follow into there. Hopefully at some point we end up at Karsus. This is a bit of a maze. And it looks like we can activate any of these. None of them are locked.
Forthwith.
So... yeah, I guess you didn't get any
Just waiting.
checks. So we'll have you go first still, just in case there's traps. Into Evocation. Click. Well, that's probably bad news. And I can't have you unclick it. Huh. Foresight, invulnerability, gate, wish. Did we get any sort of book that would help us with this? I'm seeing these faces, I'm guessing, are the traps that spew stuff as soon as we step off of this platform. Yep. Whoa, okay. Disarm that for me, please. Try not to die. There's one down. Alright, what's the... Go quick. You're not going terribly quick, but it's fine. Okay. Just keep disarming the traps. Oh, don't stand... No, don't stand in front of the one that's shooting. That was my mistake. Thankfully, he isn't actually taking much damage. And by not much, I mean none. I feel like stealth isn't terribly needed here. Critical success. Nice. And lastly... We can't disable that. And there was, again, no Arcana check that I'm aware of. So do we just arbitrarily keep choosing paths? We chose the evocation door. None of these are evocation spells. I wouldn't think. That would be divination. Vulnerability would be abjuration, probably. Gate. I don't know what gate would be. And wish. I don't know what wish would be. Wish is the most powerful of the options, so arbitrarily I'll choose there. Hey, that got me somewhere. To Elminster. And a lever.
Oh dear.
Okay, I was like, there's definitely traps, so there's got to be a pressure plate. Sure enough.
Be careful.
Okay.
There are traps about.
Yep, just take out all the traps for me.
Be careful. There are traps about.
Yep, no problem. You just keep doing your thing, man. That's all pressure plates down.
Unlock hereby the path to the Elminster Vault.
So we pull this, and Elminster will open for the other people. Doesn't take us to Elminster, interestingly enough. So if we go back to the party... Oh, but you guys have already moved in. So I have to somehow get you guys back to that opening room as well. Huh. Well, we got here with evocation, then wish. Click. Oh, because you stepped on that? It's fine. So do we go gate then? And just sort of make our way around. Nope, gate's taking you somewhere new. Oh, back to here. Gate takes you back to this room. Fancy.
What have we here?
So we know where gate goes. Gate goes back there. Foresight. That got you... Oh, this is Elminster. Okay. Cool. So, if the rest of you go back here into evocation, and then go into... It's not gate. Was it? I don't trust myself. I don't remember. I don't pay enough attention, clearly. Gate takes you back to this room where Starion is. Yes. So, no. We go to evocation. Yeah, evocation. Then was it invulnerability, the one next to gate, that took us back to the starting room? Yes. So now you guys are ready to go into Elminster. We'll go back to Astarion. Send you back into evocation again. And try out the last door. Wait. No. Wish gate took us to that previous room. That takes us back to the... Yeah, Foresight. We haven't tried Foresight yet. I think. Okay, that takes us back here as well. Neat. So I guess... yeah, I think that means we send him back into Silverhand and try one of the other rooms that isn't evocation. In the meantime, do we first want to try seeing what's through here?
Time to kill. Move unseen.
Now that we've unlocked the Elminster door. It's obviously not the room we mainly want. Gilded chest, display case, another gilded chest, and a door to return. Let's walk a tiny bit, see if you spot anything. So far, no. Superior Elixir of Arcane Cultivation. Elixir of Viciousness. The number you need to roll to land a critical hit is reduced by 1, replaces effects of other elixirs when drunk. That's neat. He already has the ability to crit on a 19 or 20, so I guess this would bring us to 18 to 20. Would be nice if we had a bunch of those for whenever we go into a boss fight of some sort, to just be able to have him crit easier. Certainly not use it all the time. Let's see about the vases. Nothing, 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 and probably nothing. Yep. What about you, display case?
Simple.
Because this is going to be the thing of most value. It shows up as a door. The icon. Does using this take you somewhere? Tossing down a save. I don't really do reloads very often, but I am... I was going to say a little worried. Tharchiate Codex? Legendary warning. Extremely powerful knowledge may include curses. This tome tingles with arcane magic. In case it activates upon using it, I want Varric to be the one that uses it. So there wasn't any dangers. So let's just go... Actually, let's have all of you stop sneaking. We haven't seen anyone in here that's scary. What part of stop sneaking did you not... There we go. I want him still sneaking just in case. Alright, Varric, check out this codex for me, please.
Cursed.
So it's not like the Necromancy of Thay, where we had to do a roll. The pages are covered in esoteric symbols and strange runes, some indecipherable, but some strangely familiar. Your eyes are drawn to one page describing a long-lost book, the Necromancy of Thay. Speak of the devil. There are secrets of life and death known only to the Red Wizards. Committing such secrets to parchment is a risk they are loath to take, lest the unworthy gaze upon them. Who better, then, to guard their secrets than the spirits of the jealous dead themselves? To look upon the Necromancy of Thay is to risk madness at the hands of its spirits, but the wise traveler who can tread the line between life and death will find knowledge witnessed by precious few mortals. The rest of the entry details the precautions and risks associated with reading the text, but lays out a clear path to unraveling the secrets contained in this tome.
Quite some valuable knowledge hidden between these pages.
Journal updated on unlocking the tome. We have had that quest for a very long time. We read the whatever codex and now have knowledge to finish the Necromancy of Thay. I will be doing that later. Very interesting. Let's return. And same with you, Astarion. Alright, that's one room down. Let's have you go back into Silverhand. And this time we don't go into Abjuration. Let's go... Not evo... Rather, we don't go into evocation. We'll go around the circle. Let's go to transmutation next. It's probably going to be traps. Oh, never mind. Just takes us back to here. That's fine. So, we've done transmutation. Let's go to abjuration. Traps. We've got the head spitting out spells again. That's fine. Fire this time. Fun. Oh, okay. You are taking some fire damage. Not much, all things considered.
Yes, let's.
Try not to get too terribly hurt. Don't stand in front of that. One more to go. Okay, silver, demon, wild, and shadow. Huh. None of those means much to me either. We did originally go through the silver hand door, so let's start with silver. Looks like we made the right guess. It's probably traps, sure enough.
Someone's left a trap out for us.
Yeah, none of these traps are in any way dangerous to
Trap.
someone with Astarian's skill. Also, none of these traps seem like disintegration, if I'm perfectly honest.
Oh dear. Someone's left a trap out for us.
To Karsus, perfect.
Hereby the path to the Karsus vault.
Okay, Karsus is unlocked. There probably isn't much going through the other doors, but just for completeness' sake, I'm going to go through them.
Let's see here.
So Demon takes us back to you guys. Then we want Abjuration again. We've done Silver, we've done Demon. Let's go to Wild. Okay. And we also still need to go through the illusion door. Last is Shadow. And that takes us back to this room. So let's try illusion. And illusion takes us back here. Okay, we have now completed checking all the rooms. So now we want Karsus. We will send Astarian first, of course. Nothing collectible here. To the Karsus vault. Glaive +1, Great Axe +1, some scrolls. Magus be warned. The Annals of Karsus, that's the one we want to read. Scroll of Dethrone. Gold Chalice. More scrolls. Greatsword +1. Maragon Halberd, we've gotten a couple of those. And Longsword +1. So Karsus has a bunch of melee weapons in this vault. First of all, anything... No traps that you're spotting? Okay. Then Varric, come on through. To Karsus. Because probably the only thing that's going to have any sort of active effect will be the main book. But just in case, I want him to be the one that activates everything. So,
Useful.
pick up the glaive +1. You're going to become over encumbered, but that's fine. Detect thoughts, see invisibility. Both are pretty low level at this point. Oh, what are you? Scroll of Otiluk's freezing sphere. Create a ball of churning ice that can be launched instantly to generate a frosty explosion or stored for later use. Huh. I don't know you. It's worth 600 gold. Gold chalice. Scroll of dethrone. Shreds a foe's very essence by pulling on strands of the weave. Interesting. Huh. Make us be warned. It is a great paradox among our kind, who so value the art of learning, that we believe ourselves ever cannier than the ones who came before. If envy is the disease of the artist, hubris is that of the wizard. Though I fear my warning will fall on deaf ears, I will say it again. The closer a wizard creeps to the domain of the divine, the closer oblivion creeps with him. I thought myself an equal to Mistra, and devised a plan to make myself her equal. I would pluck one strand of weave and contain it within an amulet. I spent the better portion of my years devising. However, how regret instantly heaved itself upon my head. I was trapped within the amulet instantaneously, and passed around from collector to curio hall for the better part of a millennium. Only now that I am freed, with barely the strength to hold my quill, can I leave this final warning as testimony. Huh. We found an amulet that had a spirit trapped within it. The one that had been cursed with laughter. Don't think that's what this is talking about, because they say they were freed. And I don't think this is talking about Karsus either, because nothing we've heard relates to amulet or being trapped. So just some other individual. Let's loot the rest of the room before we take on the really fancy book. Sunbeam, good stuff. Greatsword +1. Paragon halberd. Longsword +1. Open our inventory because we are encumbered. Sort by weight. Grab all of these really heavy things that we just picked up and send them to Shadowheart. We'll send them to Lae'zel still, even though she's not in our party at the moment. I have 37 greater healing potions and 26 superior. Well, that's neat. And 6 more greater. Huh. Apparently we finally have, wow, sufficient healing potions for a while. I have been trying to buy them as I found them, and apparently I've done a good job of that. Okay. Time for you. What's your story, Karsus?
The Annals of Karsus. The preamble to a civilization's downfall, committed to parchment by the very hand that wrought its destruction. If the crown atop the Elder Brain was truly forged by Karsus himself, this book will confirm it. All we have to do is turn the page.
Yes. Give the book to Gale, or I'm not sure I want you delving into this. No, I trust Gale, I think. Yeah. I would have rather read it myself, but it is what it is.
That devil Raphael was telling the truth. There's no doubt. The crown of Karsus is what's controlling the Elder Brain. And this is no mere journal. It contains Karsus's original plans for the crown's construction. His designs for godhood.
Yeah, I don't... We've got too many party members that are trying to be gods. Please don't follow that. Specifically, Astarion. Minthara, to some extent, wants to at least rule over all the population. Too many people want to use the brain. And I suppose the crown. Design for self-destruction, more like. Didn't the crown kill Karsus? Godhood? I know the crowns... I know crowns are ego boost, but that's ridiculous. No, we've heard that it essentially gives you godhood. That's what Raphael said. Design you should follow or stay silent. I'm gonna go with the top one. Design for self-destruction, more like. Didn't this crown kill Karsus? And he's probably gonna be like, oh no, I understand his folly and I can do better. Or some dumb thing.
Not exactly. It was what he did with it that sealed his fate, and, for a time, that of magic itself. The crown was merely the means. The book states that the crown and netherstones were originally one construct, seemingly sundered at the moment of Karsus's downfall. If we can collect the crown's setting and the 3 netherstones, and with the correct invocation of certain spells and gestures detailed in these notes, I think I could reforge it.
Aren't you forgetting something? We have to hand the crown to Raphael. Yeah, Gale already was disappointed by us making that agreement. He's certainly not going to be down with that. And Karlik also wants to help us with undoing that agreement. So between the two of them, we've got 2 people already wanting us to not do that. To what end? We already know the crown's dangerous. Wouldn't that make things worse? You think what happens if you fail, or that crown's caused chaos. We should be seeking a way to destroy it, not make it more powerful. I'm going to say to what end? What is Gale's long-term goal here?
To every end you can imagine, and 1,000 more beyond. Just think of it. The power of the gods in mortal hands at last would be free of doctrine and dogma, confined only by the limits of our imaginations. I promise you, the gods will never grant us such a blessing, no matter how much we worship and adore them.
Yeah, but you're wanting to get back... Yeah. You're wanting to get back on Mystra's good side. Do you think she would be thrilled with this plan of yours? You dismiss the entire pantheon so easily. Not all gods are selfish. I mean... most of them are fairly selfish. Some of them, for their own purposes, are good to people. But they put themselves first. Always. And you think Mystra will let you do this? Yeah. Think of Mystra. Mortals are far better guardians of their fate than the gods. We have more to lose. Yeah, you think Mystra will let you do this?
I don't know. Ao does not look kindly on gods meddling in mortal affairs. She may have no choice but to stand by and let events unfold. Even with the fate of the world at stake, she had little more to offer me than the means of blowing myself up at a more convenient time. She's done nothing to help us. Mystra wanted the brain obliterated because of this crown. She fears a world in which such power is beyond her control, ready to be claimed by Karsus' successor.
Yeah, I thought you were past this kind of temptation, Gale. You know exactly where such overreaching leads. True. Or to destroy the next wizard who attempts it. The attempt would kill you as it killed Karsus. Maybe. Believe yourself that successor. This is no ordinary artifact, Gale. Do this and you'd challenge the gods themselves. So you want the crown to settle a score with Mystra. Yeah. At the start, it seemed like he was wanting to find a way to appease Mystra in the hopes that he could get back together with her. Now he's very much in the I want to get even and prove that I'm better than her sort of mentality, which doesn't feel healthy to me. But then again, he has a bomb in his chest, so maybe healthy mentality is too much to ask for. I'm going to go with the first one. I thought you were past this kind of temptation.
Neither of us can know what truly may be if we don't at least try. Potential is nothing in itself. Just a fleeting dream unless we drag it into the waking world. Please, at least think on it.
I'm more accepting...
Karsus lacks some advantages I can lay claim to. I know Mystra intimately, and I carry a fragment of the weave itself within my body. Karsus achieved many things, but he never managed that. A long road lies ahead before the crown comes into our possession. All I ask for now is that you do not dismiss this possibility out of hand. Please, at least think on it.
I'm more okay with the idea of Gale achieving godhood through this crown than Astarion achieving godhood through the sacrifice of however many people. Because at least the crown, at least from what we've heard, achieving godhood through the crown does not involve directly hurting others. And so I'm not inherently against it. I still think it's probably a bad idea, but yeah. I don't know. Gale, I'm urging you to drop this. This crown cannot be reforged. It probably can. Seems like you've got this all figured out. I won't stand in your way. You're a convincing man, Gale. The crown sounds promising. I'm going to go neutral. I don't know enough yet, and it doesn't sound necessarily as bad to where I need to fight him, but I'm also not going to encourage it. Just seems like you've got this all figured out. I won't stand in your way.
This is no passing whim. Trust me. If I can obtain that crown, it will affect us all. It's not a decision I'll take lightly.
Good.
It's our future that I'm thinking of. Can't rely on anyone else to do it for us. For now, we've learned all we can. Whatever comes of this, we cannot allow the crown to be reforged in Raphael's image.
That is very true.
Devil wielding the might of Karsus. It would be the end of everything.
Yeah. Definitely don't want him to get the crown with the Netherstones, because he probably does have the means to do the same thing Gale's trying to do. Now we got a reward. Latest. Please. There we go. And of course it's not showing up. Scroll of Dethrone we got, but it was in the middle of the cutscene, so I clicked out of it. I guess that came from reading the book. And Ye Folly of Tarsus. Can I read you now? Yes. This ancient water-damaged tome is largely illegible, except for the following. Did Karsus, mystic, autodidact in all his vainglory... Didn't we already read this one? Yeah, that's not the book we just got. That was a book we found upstairs. Karsus. Hang on. Open up everyone. Karsus? The Annals of Karsus. Ah, it went into Gale's inventory, even though I was the one who clicked on it. Alright, let's read you. An ancient handwritten book, rebound at least twice, that purports to be notes written by the Mage Karsus himself. Much of it is in a personal wizard cipher, but the final page is written in clear text. My great spell of transcendence is mine alone, not to be committed to ink and parchment, but I have also forged 3 supreme enchanted items that are the physical embodiments of my wizardry, and of them I shall make record. There is a crown, an orb, and a scepter. Ooh. So there's 2 other items. Each nigh alive and with its own power and purpose. These I call the Regalia of Karsus, the Crown of Karsus, to attract and absorb magical knowledge and give the wearer dominion over himself so that he remains his own entity apart from the weave. What would happen if you have the weave part of you, but you put on a crown that forces you to remain apart from the weave? Would the crown force that bomb out of Gale? The Orb of Karsus, a storage device or battery that condenses mystic power, ever gathering so that it must be siphoned at intervals of its excess. It must be siphoned at intervals? So if it hasn't been, who knows what happens? But maybe that's been destroyed due to over-siphoning at some point. The Scepter of Karsus, an instrument of projection, a focusing utensil for precise wielding of unimaginably vast forces. Know of these items you must, for if I fail to achieve immortality, then they will persist, and dare I say, live on beyond me. Okay, so they're not going to be destroyed on their own, which means they should still exist somewhere, and if they're mentioning them, wouldn't surprise me if we come across them at a later point. Wonder if the Orb of Karsus might be the thing that actually got implanted in Gale. Ever siphoning magic. He said that he found a shard of magic. Of Nethery's magic. And that's what caused him to be constantly needing to steal magic from magic items. Could be. If he has the orb planted in his chest. We don't have... There's no knowing if that's correct. And I don't think we've heard anything about the Scepter of Karsus. Interesting. Well, I think that's all that. Let's go back to the entryway. Because I think we've done all we can here.
Moving in.
Now let's check out whatever's back here. There were supposed to be 4 books of note. And we only found 2. Aha. Perhaps I should have Astarion take the lead.
Delicious.
Just in case. Break you off. Very interesting. First, open these for me.
Easy.
You can't lose, so I'm just gonna click through. Back before he auto-succeeded, there was the chance that he'd roll a 1, and so it was fun to at least see how the rolls played out. But now when it's just guaranteed success, just how good of a success he ends up rolling, doesn't feel as important to let the animation play out. Gilded chest. No traps that I'm seeing. Okay, let's send in Varric to loot all the things.
Need to find a way forward. What's hiding here?
Oh. Rocks falling. That's exciting. Nothing over here. Let's check out this gilded chest. So yeah, you're definitely one of the 4 books. Are you also a book? Because you're certainly not glowing like the others. Elixir of Radiant Resistance. And Potion of Mind Reading. It's fine. Potion of Supreme Healing. We haven't seen that yet. 10d4 plus 20 and heals and removes burning. So we've now found the next one above superior healing. 16 to 40. This is 30 to 60. Wow. Alright, open this display case. You are actually empty. So of the 4 books, one's gone. Varric, could you open... Not Varric, Astarion, could you open this for me? DC 20. Let's add some guidance. I think we're still fine because, yeah. I was looking at the numbers of what our bonuses were. I was like, we might not succeed here, but of course with the minimum 10, of course we succeed.
Never a dull moment.
Alright, Varric. Got another book for you to read. The Red Knight's Final Stratagem. Before her time as an exarch of Tempest and goddess of strategy, the Red Knight was a paladin most devout. She toured armies the world over as both student and teacher, and thus was she elevated by Tempest to her current status. These pages contain that which was left on the material plane after her ascension. We gained Scroll of Artistry of War. Summon the apparitions of 6 master strategists. Each apparition strikes a target of your choosing, dealing 8 to 18 force damage on a hit. Doesn't state how long they're in play. Is it just they are summoned to instantly I assume so. It probably would have a duration if it lasted longer. So 6 apparitions, each doing 8 to 18 force damage. Okay. And then I don't know who the Red Knight is. Extremely powerful knowledge may include curses. Yeah, we'll take that with us. We've grabbed the other 3, might as well, or the other 2, might as well.
At the ready.
And before we leave, let's get a starting back in the party. Before we leave, let's go back to the Necromancy of Thay, because theoretically, I can get farther. Let's do a save, in case I botch my rolls, because I definitely want to succeed.
The book radiates power, but the words you read in the codex echo in your mind, guiding your eyes safely across the page. The once indecipherable glyphs now feel dangerously familiar, promising unholy power to those who can take it.
Read on and wrest the book's power from it. Yeah. So we've got 1d4 from Sweet Stone Features. Oh, right, because we have the statue. Keep forgetting that that's a thing that gives us weird bonuses. Then Forbidden Knowledge and Bone Spike Boots. Odd. We'll take some guidance. It's a saving throw, not a check. Then I will take some resistance. So we get a bonus of 4 to 10 on a DC 20. So yeah, we could drink these. But I'm not sure. Maybe they stack? I guess we can see it does stack. So plus 5 to 14. Kind of a waste. But I don't know. It says it's uncommon, so I don't think it's a terribly rare elixir. And we probably have tons of them, and I never use my elixirs, so... yeah, let's go for it. 5 to 14. Bonus. I get that 20. Not on that. We rolled the max on the d4s, but it still was not enough. Ah, that sucks. Well, roll again. I have no desire to fail that. Roll better than a 5. There you go. That's what we're looking for.
As you pass the strange glyphs, you can feel the book resisting. Ghostly voices whisper at you from the dark, probing and fighting your mind. But your will is iron, and you brush past these shades of the past, devouring every secret the book has to offer.
Cool.
You see now life and death are malleable as clay, to be bent and reshaped by your will. By your power. But as you close the book, a nagging doubt whispers in your mind. What consequences will there be for calling the dead from their rest?
Gained an inspiration back. All knowledge is worth having. Good stuff. I'm assuming that's what we gained, Danse Macabre. I certainly don't think I had that before. So as an action, I can create 4 ghouls that fight alongside me as a level 5 spell. Once per long rest. Look away. Interesting. I don't know how powerful ghouls are, but it's level 5. It's got to be pretty good. Oh, so this isn't an always on thing. Cantrips cost an action, cost a bonus action instead, is once per short rest. The toggleable passive feature. How long does it stay on then? I don't know. Well, let's leave. Hopefully no one is waiting outside the portal like, hey, you done goofed. Good. We probably need to stealth our way back out of here, I'm assuming. Which is not ideal. Hopefully the guards are still looking the opposite direction. Let's move everyone into this corner. As before.
Yes.
Gale, tuck yourself back a little farther. Tuck you. No, Gale. Sure, whatever. Tried to click on Shadowheart and failed to do so.
Someone there?
Alright. All of you go into stealth. That's stealth for you.
That's the way.
Stealth for you. And stealth for you.
Quiet. Move with care.
Now, Astarion. Let's toss down a save. And then open the door. Good. They are not looking this way. So let's move you over to here.
Taking my time in the shadows.
Varric. Let's move you
My way.
forward as well. Gale.
Yes.
Let's just carefully get everyone out of the room because we totally did not loot their place. And lastly, Shadowheart.
Off I go.
Close the door behind you. Yeah, we did nothing wrong. No, no, close the door. And regroup and unstealth. Yep, all is well.
Stayed interesting.
So we've got heroism for the rest of the long rest. Elixir of heroism. Satiate withering. Your constitution score is reduced by 5 while cursed by the Codex's warped arcana. Well, that's a bit of a problem.
My face.
You have remove curse, don't you? Not alchemy. Can I search for curse? Remove curse. Yeah. If you could remove that curse from me, that would be fantastic. We'll get rid of our Vivify for the moment. And toss in remove curse. Because I don't like being cursed. Thank you. What spell level is that even? It's only a 3rd level spell. It's not bad. We will take that off again and put back on Revivify, even though I don't think we need it critically, but just in case. Do I want to try checking out this room before we finally actually deal with his stuff? Maybe. I'll decide that next time. But for now, we're going to end here. We had a lot of good success raiding their most valuable books. I need to go back and figure out what the 4 books are that she said they had in their collection, because one is missing, and that I find interesting. But yeah, we're going to end the episode here, and next time we will either enter the portal to talk to him about the Asamar we rescued. What was her title? I don't remember. It's gone. Yeah. Or I might try sneaking into there. We'll have to turn this guard, but apparently they're easy to turn just by talking to them to get them to face this way, and then it should be easy to head in there. So I'll probably do that actually first, just to see what all I can find before we actually move forward. But yeah, that'll be then. Thanks for watching. Bye.